Our Muslim neighbors in Brooklyn and Queens have been doubly affected by the ISIS rampage. Not only have their loved ones in Iraq and Syria been traumatized, but here in the land of the free, they face renewed suspicion and backlash.
In Bay Ridge, there's a very large Syrian community that have told us horrific stories of their family members being kidnapped, some of them cut into pieces, brought in front of doorsteps, people who are still missing for over a year now, some friends of ours in the neighborhood. The Syria conflict specifically has really hurt a lot of people.
What's happening in Mosul, I have a couple of friends in Mosul that said that all of the Iraqis have joined ISIS because if you don't join them, you get killed. So it's not even a fact of like loyalty, it's a fact of I want to save my life, I want to save my family, so I have to join this group.
On the heels of the horror being felt among New York's Muslims has come criticism of their religion from Western media and a Vatican appeal for the Islamic world to speak out against ISIS.
The Muslim community, both in New York as well as nationally, have been condemning terrorist groups back before even 9/11 happened, and even most recently around ISIS. Every national organization has put out a statement, and it's hard for us to continue to hear that we don't condemn terrorism when we continue to do that almost on a weekly basis. I've been on national media talking about groups like ISIS. And one thing that people don't understand is that the largest group of victims of groups like ISIS are Muslims themselves.
People have spoken against them, and there's people that want to speak against them, they're scared. And the third people are confused if they should even follow them or not. So it's very, very tricky.
In a move to promote interfaith solidarity, a top American bishop recently wrote to his fellow Catholics to make them aware of the Muslim organizations condemning ISIS. But the media's ongoing failure to report these statements may already be allowing negative perceptions of Muslims to flourish. A recent Zogby poll showed that American attitudes towards Muslims have gotten worse since 2010.
Just in the recent about 7 weeks, we've had about 7 hate crimes, five of them against Muslims or Muslim institutions, and 2 of them against Sikhs, although the people who perpetrated the crimes against Sikhs thought that they were Muslims. So it's been really hard trying to explain specifically to young people that you're a Muslim and you should be proud to be Muslim, and our faith is a peaceful faith, and what you see on TV doesn't represent who you are.
For both Hussein and Linda, what's more important than public perception is Muslim community's own crucial role in steering their youth away from extremist groups.
To say, you know what, this is wrong, this is not Islam, it's not going to take its effect, because at the end we have to prove it. And for us to prove it, we have to see exactly what they said, understand their view, number one, and then refute it.
What we do in our organization and in many organizations here in New York is that we provide resources to young people. We provide them after-school opportunities, we provide them college assistance, we provide them financial assistance if they need. We become a family for them if they don't feel like they have a family at home, and I think that's the way that we can invest in ensuring that young people see their self-value and their worth, not to feel like they have to go join terrorist groups. We have never had that issue in New York City. We've never had New York City Muslims join terrorist groups, thank God. But unfortunately, it has happened in other parts of the country, and what we continue to do is to invest in our young people in our community.
Reporting for Currents, I'm Konrad Aderer.